Hey guys, Joe Fish here, and I have finally I'm at like 90%, got my workshop put together, and I'm ready to start cranking out some blades. Got my forge in, got that hooked up. You see here, it's a grill. I spent the day grinding that down, cutting it into pieces. Got a Hell's Forge there. Grinding that down, cutting pieces off, so I could put the forge right on the grill. And I did that because it already has a spot for a propane tank there, so it's almost perfect. I think what I might do is just take like a chunk of wood or something and try and keep this out just a little bit further, but honestly, none of this is really going to get all that hot. That's just going to be more for my peace of mind. I got my workbench put together. It's kind of rickety, but it's a little tall, maybe about 4 inches taller than I needed it to be, but it'll do the job. I want to be able to stand up and work anyway, so not that big a deal. My forge over here, my anvil over there on the ground. I still got to get the stump from my old man. That's pretty much buried and frozen in the ground right now, so I'll go up there one of these days with a sledge and try and break it loose and take that. Pegboard here. I am only taking the top half. My brother gave me this. He says, whatever you don't use, I'll use. So there's actually a seam right in here, so I'm going to actually just cut this, take the top half, and put it on the back of my workbench. See there? Harbor Freight special on everything. Everything I bought I bought it brand new. And a little belt sander here. Just a 1x30 belt sander. I got this little bench grinder, but it did come with a spindle, like a Dremel attachment, one little bench vise, drill press. I got all sorts of accoutrement over there for my sheath and holster and handle making material. The Kydex stuff's down there. So I didn't get a chance to fire the forge today yet. My oldest boy's having a meltdown. I'm going to go get him from the sitter. He's not feeling too well. Growing pains, I think. This light is driving me nuts. I put all brand new bulbs in today because half of them were burnt out. I don't really hang out in my garage much. And unless I'm smoking something in my smoker, because I keep that down there. You see that? Right there, over there, next to the fridge. And that's because I will make, pulled pork in one side while I keep my beer in the other. And, we hang out down here. We'll open the garage door. We'll sit outside and have a fire and drink. And that's usually pretty much the only thing I do down here is just drink, and I'll cook meat. So, figured I'm going to start using it. Other than a place to keep my lawnmower. So, that's pretty much it, guys. Just want to let you guys know that a blade making video will be coming up here shortly. I'm going to try, when the wife gets home from work today, I'm going to come back down here, try and fire this up. I just want to get it fired up, Just want to get it rolling. I got a bucket full of fire brick there I got from the plant. I was told that I couldn't take any brick that we pulled off because we just had a tank repair. I was told I couldn't take any brick because it's all contaminated. But I was also told that if I could find some that wasn't pulled off of the tank for the repair, that was like old used brick for something that we used around the plant, that I could take that. So that brick right there in that bucket, see, we're over here, in that bucket is actually just broken pieces of brick that we used, that was brand new, that we use for holding plastic now when we power wash our machines. So it's not contaminated with anything. It's just got a little bit of dope on it. Dope is what we call our mold release agent for what we use at work, so not that dope. But like I said, guys, just want to give you guys an update. I finally got a chance to get down here, spend the day, put my workbench together. I still got a bunch of stuff to freaking move around and get out of the way, because winter time, so we put all the outside toys in. My 2 kids have more toys than... this is like where Toys R Us threw up when they closed, is in my house. I've got so many toys for my kids, it's ridiculous. They have more toys now in their 2 and 3 years of life than I've probably ever had in my entire age up until I stopped playing with toys. So, spoiled, rotten little turds anyway. But, like I said, want to give you an update. Everything I bought from Harbor Freight. I think I spent maybe $300 on... some hammers, some wire brushes. Like I said, I bought this little bench grinder. It's actually like a knife sharpening grinder. But I also picked up at like True Value a little buffing wheel, so I just take this guard off and I can put that buffing wheel on there so I can get it, and then I'll get a buffing agent, which this little toolkit here has a buffing agent in it, so I'll be able to bring any blade I make up to a shine, because I couldn't find this little 2.5 inch or whatever size it is, 3 inch buffing wheel. So I couldn't find it. I had to improvise. I bought a bigger size because I think I can take that guard off for when I'm buffing and be able to put a little shine on that blade. You know, I haven't plugged anything in yet. Like I've been down here all day, cold. And you can't see my breath. I had the door closed for a little bit, but I opened it back up because I wanted some actual natural light in here, because this flickering light above me is driving me nuts. I want to smash it to pieces. I think just the ballasts are bad. I don't know. But like I said, I'm going to go through later tonight. I'll post this video and I'll make another one later. I'm going to go and kind of like set everything out that I have for my holster and sheath making stuff. I've also got some knives upstairs that I've gotten through some of my boxes. I'm trying to stay low to keep that light off from screwing this video up too much. But like that I got a Schrade push dagger from Tac Pack, and it has a real nice belt clip on the sheath, but I will never use that. So I'm probably going to take that off. I'll use that for a sheath or a holster. I got a couple other knives up there that I don't think I'll do much with. And they have some nice, this light is screwing me up. They have some nice clips on their sheaths that, like I said, I probably won't use. I've got a little bit of a collection of knives from some of these companies. And not that I don't like them, I just will salvage what I can off of them to, you know, make a holster or a sheath or, you know, something like that. Hell, a flashlight holder. I don't know. I've got a real nice idea. I need to get a dry erase board so I can kind of sketch out my ideas, but I've got at least 4 blade styles that I want to make and send out to different people. One of them I'm going to make and I'm going to give to my father-in-law as a gift. He gave me his anvil. He said he's had that for like 20 years in the back of his shop. And he's like, I've used it a couple times just for straightening stuff out, you know, different stuff like that. He says, you'll use it more than I will. So that's why he gave me that. But I want to make a Sanmai clip point Bowie with that. I've got some brass. And I want to take my toolbox, the top of my toolbox over here, and put that in there. But I've got some brass, some like solid pieces of brass in here somewhere from the last place I worked at. We had to use them. And I want to take and make my handle materials out of pieces of that. You know, maybe splice it in between 2 pieces of wood, just a line. Nothing super fancy. I don't want to get too ambitious, but I want to go 100 mile an hour when I should be going like baby steps. Because going 100 mile, for me, I've always found if I go 100 mile an hour and then I stop and retrace my steps, I can see where I made my mistakes and I can not do them again. I'm one of them people that I don't have to be shown something usually 100 times before I get it. I can you show me once or twice and I got it. You won't have to keep showing me over and over again. I've always, and especially when it comes to working with my hands, I could stand over your shoulder and watch you do something. You can get up and be like, all right, you think you can do that? And I'll do it. I've always been that way. I watch, and then if I can watch it and then put my hands right on it and do it, you know, I've had people go like, oh man, I've seen people struggle for that for hours, you know, and it's like, took you 20 minutes. It's like, sometimes I get lucky that way. Sometimes I just have the shit end of the luck where, in part of my French, I just have the bad luck of just stupid stuff happening that's like, how could that even happen? I don't know. Only to me, I guess. My only other worry is I am slightly accident prone, and I think that's because I try to go 100 mile an hour when I should be back to about 50. But I'm also ambitious like that. Like I'll go 100 mile an hour, I'll hurt myself, I'll come back in and go 100 mile an hour again. 120 mile to make up for the time that I lost from when I got hurt. Case in point, I cut my finger and had to get stitches there a while back. You guys might have saw me with a bandage on my finger. I might have mentioned that in a video. I told a guy I was training for, my backup replacement job, and we had to replace these pumps that are underneath the machine, and we had to do all of them on all 8 sections. So I got down to my section, and the guy was getting ready to get down there. He's like, no, get out of the way. This is my section. I'm going to do it. He's like, all right. So I get down there, I get it all in there, and I'm turning one last bolt, and I just went to put a little extra oomph on that bolt, and the wrench slipped, and underneath my machine there's a bunch of oil and water and grease and all sorts of crap, and busted up glass, because, the machine will wad up, and it'll fall down the front, and right in that area is where I had to replace that pump. So instead of clearing the area out of the way, so that way in case I did slip, because it's happened many, many times, there's a lot of guys that have scars on their knuckles, I don't know if you can see that. Similar to that, or bigger, or smaller, from doing the exact same thing I did. Went to tighten up that last bolt slipped off, punched the glass, and that's what I did. I punched it, and I didn't even realize I cut myself. I got up, finished doing what I was doing, put the piece of floor back in. You got to move the floor out of the way, and started going. And I'm standing there, and we get the section up and going. I'm like, man, my freaking hand hurts. I pulled my glove off, and I was like, oh, I got a huge gaping hole in my finger. That would be why. So, I don't know. I'm going to wrap it up here before my phone dies, because I've been down here jamming with Pandora all day long, so I just got a 5% battery notice. So if this cuts out randomly, that's what happened. But like I said, video's coming. Wanted to give you guys an update. Thank you guys for all the support. You guys are all awesome. If I could just make something for every single one of you, but I can't do that. Just physically, I don't have the time to do that, but what I will do is I will make a few blades. I'll get a few into it to make sure that I'm doing things right. I've tempered them right. I'll test them, strength test them, edge test them, make sure that I've got it down pretty much. And then every once in a while, along with the Alpha Outpost and some other different giveaways, I'll give away a blade. I mean, I'll have to, as long as there's no restrictions on your area, I'll make a blade every day if I can. If I could, I would. But, at least maybe once a month, I'll send something out. Just as a way of thanking you guys for being so awesome and supporting my channel and coming and watching my videos and leaving comments. You guys all rock. If I could, I would give something to every one of you just as a thank you, because that's the type of person I am. I'm a giver. I love to just make somebody happy with, doing whatever. But I don't know. That's it. That's all I got for you. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that stuff down here. Hit that notification icon so you don't miss out on future videos. And that's it. Joe Fish out.